Welcome to Teaching Tuesdays with Harris Innovation Consulting Group. Today we're going to talk about how students can use text features in order to locate information in an informational piece of text. Informational pieces of text are texts that deal with a particular topic, a subject. So usually you'll find informational text in science as well as social studies. So we'll go ahead and get started. So today we're going to use just a simple everyday magazine. I use my son's Game Informer and a manila file folder. I cut it in half and labeled them print features, informational aids, graphic aids, as well as organizational aids. So I'll talk a little bit about what each of those text features and why it's important for students to know each of those text features in order to better understand what the author wants to say in a piece of informational text. So here's a great example of how authors use print features, which is a type of text feature, in order to help the reader understand the text better. So print features would deal with bold print, as well as the headings of a particular in a particular section, and this helps the reader to really focus in on what's important in the piece of text. So with print features, when you talk about colored text, bold, italicized, that would be the type of text feature that the author chose to use in order to help the reader understand the text better. With informational aids, the author uses these type of aids such as captions, timelines, anything that would help the reader utilize all of the information on the page. So here you see an example of an informational aid. You see the numbers 1 that coincide with the actual text on the side. So in here, the author is trying to get you to see examples of different types of video games. The author uses the picture as well as gives you a better description of that particular picture using 1 and 1. So this will be a great example of an informational aid. Next, we see an example of graphic aids. You see this a lot of times in advertisement. As you see here, you have a Geico advertisement in which you see the chicken wings, a pile of them, as well as one. So at the top, it has the name of the company. And then you as the reader, you know that they're comparing themselves between another company. Here it says the other guy. So this would be an example of how the author uses a visual to help emphasize a point or more information within a piece of text. So last, you have an example of an organizational aid. Usually students don't have a problem with this one. So when we talk about table of contents, an index and so forth, this is a great way that the author uses to organize the information within that piece of text. So here you have in this magazine, the author uses this type of organizational method using the page numbers and so forth. So as the reader, I know that if I want to find out information about a particular topic or an article or a video game, all I need to do is go to the table of contents, flip through, and go to find my article or more information about the subject that I want to find out about. So now the 4 different types of text features are the print features, informational aids, graphic aids, and organizational aids. So an activity that you could do with your students would be to take a magazine, allow them to cut and break apart different pieces or different examples of text features in here, and they would categorize them. So what they would do is they would take the examples from the magazine, put one example in each of the 4 squares, and then they will write a sentence that explains how the author uses that text features to give them, the reader, more information about the text. So that's all for now. I thank you for joining Harris Innovation Consulting Group for our Teaching Tuesdays, where we talked about locating information using text features. You can follow us on Facebook at Harris Innovation Consulting Group or on Twitter at Dr. T. Harris. Happy teaching!